Hello and good morning. Now the sun rises, a new day dawns on Wake Up Nigeria. Now that's our chance to take another go at bringing huge smiles to your faces.
Early mornings, that's our trade. And we have found the secret to a stress-free day.
It's really simple. Just a dose of Wake Up Nigeria and you can't get it wrong.
Yes, what we serve on a daily basis is a potpourri. We know what turns an ordinary day into an extraordinary day. And we have more than enough to go round. Good for you.
Yeah. Honestly, it's all about the love, and love makes the world go round. And on that note, we welcome you to another feel-good edition of your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Now, the ride is for a whole hour. And then, of course, an extra 45 minutes. So make sure you stick with us. It's a requirement. It's a requirement.
You have to stay right there.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere.
And, of course, my name is Mary Bashua Alimi.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. You can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv. You can also stream on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can always connect with us with comments on social media. We are at TVC Connect on all platforms. Just remember to use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC.
Now, of course, the TVC app is also available for download on both the Android and iOS stores. On YouTube, you'll find us at TVC Entertainment. You can to catch up on old episodes and more, of course.
Now, love, it just lends that extra sweetness, you know. It's like a sprinkling of everything. But is it enough to sustain a marriage? That's a big question. A lot of people have asked that question. And today, Ayo Lawrence, the highly efficient people and systems organizer, is going to be trying to answer that question for us. Now, she's a professional counselor, coach, therapist. She uses neuro-linguistic programming and family systems as her engineering tools to help people attain clarity for balanced living.
Now, of course, Women of Inestimable Values Foundation is a human rights group that fights for the rights of the abused in the society, gender inequality, domestic violence, and child abuse by providing legal services for victims. Now, today, Blessing Eze will be joining us from the organization to discuss domestic abuse. Now, Debra Ayodeji is a clinical dietitian and a member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria, as well as the Nutrition Society UK. Today, she will be talking to us about inflammatory and anti-inflammatory foods, rather.
Good
Mike, you know I'm a
morning.
big fan of yours.
Yes,
I'm a big fan.
Yes, so.
I'm a big fan.
Keep on fancying.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of fans were treated to a very colorful social media yesterday evening as Rita Dominic had her traditional wedding yesterday. And in fact, congratulations to you, Rita. Honestly, it was like not a lot of people knew it was going to happen, but those that knew, they went and they were prepared to splash all the color and amazing outfits that they could.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate her banging body?
Yeah.
She looked amazing.
Yeah.
Everything she wore was a hit back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Oh my gosh, the waist. She looked like a proper bride.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh my
Why are you
gosh.
talking about her waist?
What?
Because she
Really?
looked gorgeous.
She looked great.
Like, she looked
great.
just,
Well, yeah, I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
And she really looked beautiful.
Beautiful.
And you know the turnout,
Yeah.
colleagues and all of that were there. It was one for the record books. It was one for the record books, and congrats to her. I mean, she's what now? She's in her 40s, and I know people spoke about how. It's never too late. Forever, it's love, man. So, in fact, she's beautiful. So, hey.
Such a beautiful, and
that's what Mike said.
Yes.
Is what we should just hold on to. It is never too late. And this is not just for the female, but also for the guys. I know there are guys who are not even married
if it's what you want
for the love of
if
their
it's
lives.
what you want to.
If it's what you want.
Not everybody that is meant for that wants it.
Mike, are you speaking for
Not
yourself?
everybody that wants it.
Mike,
are you passing a message?
We're still finding wife for Mike.
The weather is
We had a
right
wedding
next.
last weekend. Mike,
Weather right
we are
next.
going to do it soon.
Weather.
Hello and welcome. You're watching the news on Wake Up Nigeria, and we absolutely appreciate it. I am Kelly Egigan. More controversies continue to emerge in the scandal involving the Chrisland controversy pupils of school. Now, the police have invited the parties involved in the minor sex scandal during their trip to Dubai. A spokesperson of the Lagos State Police Command, Benjamin, confirmed that all parties involved have been contacted, but he could not immediately establish if the invited persons had reported to the State Criminal Investigations Department, PANTI, at the time of this report. The Lagos State Police Command has promised to thoroughly investigate the alarm raised by a mother in a viral video, but Chrisland Schools has denied the allegations that the 10-year-old was raped. Now, senior correspondent Ivy Kanu has more on the story. Let's move to other reports of a Nigerian Air Force trainer aircraft which has reportedly crashed in Kaduna State. Although details of this incident are still sketchy, the pilots and the instructor pilot on board are feared to have died. The Nigerian Air Force authorities have also not confirmed the crash as at the time of this report, but it was gathered that the aircraft crashed at the flight line of the NAV base in Kawo, Igabi local government area of Kaduna State. This comes less than a year after a NAV aircraft crashed in Kaduna, killing top military officials, including then Chief of Army Staff Ibrahim Atahiru. The Nigerian Air Force has suffered casualties in the last few years, losing at least 4 of its aircraft and several officers from January to July last year. In March 2021, a military jet also crashed in Sambisa Forest with 2 crew members on board. Let's take you outside Nigeria. The United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has denounced Russia's new offensive and called for a 4-day truce to coincide with the onset of Orthodox Holy Week. Mr. Guterres noted that the intense concentration of forces and firepower makes this battle inevitably more violent, bloody and destructive. Antonio Guterres stated that the UN is submitting detailed plans to all parties of the conflict and is ready to send humanitarian aid convoys to Mariupol, Kherson, Donetsk, and Luhansk.
The onslaught and terrible toll on civilians we have seen so far could pale in comparison to the horror that lies ahead. This cannot be allowed to happen. Today, I am calling for a 4-day Holy Week humanitarian pause, beginning on Holy Thursday and running through Easter Sunday, April 24th, to allow for the opening of a series of humanitarian corridors. The humanitarian pause would provide the necessary conditions to meet 2 crucial imperatives. First, safe passage of all civilians willing to leave the areas of current and expected confrontation in coordination with the International Committee of the Red Cross. Second, beyond humanitarian operations already taking place, a pause will allow for the safe delivery of life-saving humanitarian aid to people in the hardest hit areas such as Mariupol, Kherson, Donetsk, and Luhansk.
Thanks. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria. We're going to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers in the dailies this morning. My name is Titilayo Oyinson, and we're starting with the Vanguard. Today is Wednesday, April 20th, 2022. Interim government holds suspension more dangerous to Nigeria. See more on page 5. Afenifere Nwodo Uzodinma M-Belt Forum Pandef there. It also says right beneath that story, terrorists kill 3 kidnapped victims, threatened to kill more unless ransom is paid. Page 6 has more on that. Tinubu, target of blasphemous campaign, media office says. Page 10 has more on that. I had carnal knowledge of my daughter to use her for money rituals. One father confesses. Page 6 has more on that as well. Right beneath the photo story there, it says how to stop killings in Southeast by Igbo leaders. It also says here, kidnapped Delsu lecturer dies after release. And on 2023, Ngige formally declares for presidency. That's what we have on the cover of the Vanguard. We also have the Guardian newspaper with us this morning, and this is how it goes. It says stakeholders canvass stronger recovery plans for IOC debts. IOC's indigenous players still owe federal government 1.3 trillion naira amid borrowing. Bank loans to oil and gas companies jump to 5.68 trillion naira, and government's failure in cash call payment. JV obligations raise concerns. Beneath the masthead there, it says officers fear dead in another Air Force jet crash. Lose Wike, lose election. Rivers governor warns PDP. Kidnappers kill 3 victims for delaying 20 million naira ransom. Right beneath the photo story there, it says, pardon for Dariye Nyame. You squashed putrid egg on Nigerians' faces. Shoyinka blasts Buhari there. And that's what we have on the cover of The Guardian. We also have the Nigerian Tribune with us this morning. It says pilots feared dead as NAF aircraft crashes in Kaduna. Explosion kills, injures many in Taraba. And terrorists kill 3 out of 26 abducted in Kaduna community. FCTA seals Federal Ministry of Works, Character Commission, others over 10 billion naira debts. Campaign groups raise alarm over plot to smear Osinbajo and Tinubu. And it also says here, I helped you to your posts. Give me ticket as payback. Wike tells PDP NWC. And that's what we have on the cover of the Nigerian Tribune. That's how we wrap it up on the dailies for this morning, but it's about time for us to go for fitness. All right. Okay, so it's Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah,
and,
it's Wednesday.
Yeah, so over the long holiday, you know, a lot of people take that time to cook for their families. But then the person cooking, you know, has to be very wary of their kids these days, because some kids be calling out their mamas for not exactly having the best cooking skills.
And I think it's absolutely...
What? What?
I was going to use a word, but then I thought it was going to be a bit too harsh. So mothers these days are innocently and unknowingly being called out for so many things. Okay, so what informed this was a tweet someone made. She just posted it, you know, she doesn't have so many followers. She just thought she was chatting with her followers. She didn't expect it to blow up. But basically, what she posted was, my dad definitely did not marry my mom for her cooking skills.
Oh.
Because my mom's meal, on average, could make it to Fear Factor.
Now, for those who don't know Fear Factor, it's a reality show that used to reign like in the early 2000s.
No, you don't know.
She's not a child, though. This lady is also an
Fear
adult.
Factor.
The point is, yes, people
Why
marry
your
for
eyes
different
distant
reasons.
like you just remembered something?
People marry for different reasons.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And really, you shouldn't be forced, even though prior to this time, I mean, when you have your parents, when you have betrothals, people were betrothed from even childhood.
Yes.
So they were betrothed and all that, things were chosen for them. I mean, you can love anybody all you want. If your parents say no, it's not going to happen. But that doesn't happen these days.
Yeah.
And people marry for different reasons. You can marry for culinary skills, that's you. You can marry for aesthetic skills, that's you. You can marry for copulation skills, that is you. You can marry for, you know, any skill that you desire. So it is not her, it's her father. You didn't marry your mother. It was your father that married your mother, and he had his own reasons. I mean, for crying out loud.
You know, this thing you said,
could you ever call out
under
your
the
own mother,
tweets.
though? Could you ever call out your own mother for?
In that way, no, maybe not. No, maybe not. But
She didn't mean to call out her mom.
Yeah,
it was actually a joke.
I don't think it was
But
calling
it
out per
blew.
se.
You know how you Titi. Yeah, see, Mike, you yourself know how Twitter works. You
Yeah,
can make
true,
1
true.
million
Yeah,
tweets.
definitely.
Then one
that's-
tweet that you didn't even
Exactly.
put your mind to. You just are
Exactly.
saying retweets, likes, insults,
Exactly.
retweets, likes, insults.
Exactly,
That's
exactly.
exactly what happened in this case.
No.
And
Now,
the reality is, for the girl, there was actually, if you check the thread, you would see what some guys were posting. Some guys were actually admitting that some of them married women that can't cook. That they married some for beauty and brains.
Okay.
That one even said he's trying to teach his wife how to cook. That sometimes it's a disaster, sometimes it works out. So it now made me start thinking.
Okay.
Just 2 weeks ago, one of the things I asked on my Sunday evening show was, is it a big deal to outsource cooking?
Okay.
And some people were like, no, why will you outsource cooking in your family? Ashe. The reality is different.
He was trying to send a message. But I think my real issue now here is the calling out, especially on social media. So for me, this social media thing is just getting a bit too much. And I think the reason why Mike would probably never put something like that on social media about his mom is because of how he was raised and how much he reveres his mother. That woman carried you for 9 months. That food, whether it tasted like sand, you cannot be telling me that, you can't be doing that. You can't do that
so
on
for
social media.
instance, when there are times when things happen and you could sit down and say, there are places my parents had or have their strengths, and then there are places that they don't.
My thoughts too.
Really, it's not really a problem. Like, okay, so if it's about food, there are some foods that I know that my mom will rank there with the best anywhere.
Okay.
I'm telling you, and that was not because, but there are some. I
That
say,
you know,
mommy, this one.
You know, try.
But there are some that I would. So, but I'm not. There are some people that will feel like, okay, anything they want about them. Oh, mom, you are the best. This and the best that. That's not me.
There's no such thing as a perfect.
We
need to start admitting that and accepting it.
Exactly.
People come on social media and make their mothers out like they are perfect.
I am perfect.
Titi,
for my
remember
child,
when the twins said that cookie?
Okay, so I'm perfect. If it doesn't taste how somebody else's food
Mary
taste,
wait, drop you out.
It means that their own was wrong. Because I'm your mother. I carried you for 9 months.
So,
No.
because you carried me for 9 months, you not say the food is not safe.
They will eat elsewhere. They will taste it. And they get the one they go taste it. Say, hey, mommy done the cook rubbish since.
Mike, do you remember this silly thing that
So
they
that's
say
why
to
they
children?
always used to say, make sure you don't eat outside. That was the
Can you
reason.
imagine? Can you imagine?
That will not
Mike, do you
taste
remember this
somebody
stuff? They'll say, if your mommy's soup is sweet, come here.
You see it.
And everybody will come.
By the way, this is personal experience. Over the weekend, my taste buds were treated to some supposed exquisite delicacy.
Supposed
Wow.
And this was unkwobi.
Wow.
But you see, what this thing did to my stomach,
Oh, no.
I cannot tell it all. So I thought it was the told me that it was the potash. That they used it to thicken it, and it was a cheap one.
Oh, no.
You know,
There's cheap potash.
yeah, so that's what I heard. I was a cheap potash. So I should decide where I'm going to eat unkwobi. It's not in this place here.
Yeah.
So you see, so in this kind of things, now, if you are well, you know, if at home you are well, you know, your mom gives you well cooked food. When you go outside and taste this kind of things, your stomach will not be agreeing with them, and they don't get that. But if they eat good food outside, they come back and the stomach is worrying them inside the house, they will call mommy out.
You know what? No matter what, your mother's food is still the sweetest.
My mom's food is the best. I would say that anytime, any day.
It's Wednesday morning, midweek, and Chef Blossom is in the house. She's about to switch to Thursdays, by the way.
No way.
We've had that discussion. But what are we doing this morning, Chef Blossom?
Good morning. This morning we're having yamarita and beef sauce.
Yamarita and beef sauce.
Yep.
Wonderful. Okay, Chef Blossom, this is wonderful. What are we working with? What are the ingredients? We'll put it together.
So start with our star ingredient,
Okay.
which is our yam.
Okay.
Abuja yam,
Abuja, what's with Abuja yam?
it's usually very sweet. Don't worry, you
Is it hard?
you testify. Yes, hard and
Okay.
whitish.
Yeah, because
It's very
those soft ones, they used to seem somehow. All right. I can see
Yes,
2
sir.
ororos.
vegetable oil
Okay.
for deep fry.
Okay.
Going to fly. Okay, then we have our curry
Okay.
for spice.
Okay.
Seasoning, mashed cube. We have some white pepper. We have our flour, all-purpose flour. We have some sugar.
Some
I like to
sugar,
put some
definitely.
Yes.
You did it for yamarita,
Yes,
by the way, and then that's black pepper,
Yes,
yeah?
some black pepper.
All right, so if you're just joining us, let's get to see the menu, or rather the ingredients that we're using for our dish this morning, and that's it. Yamarita and sauce, beef sauce, by the way. Yeah? Where's our beef? It's coming up quite soon,
This
yeah?
is the sauce. The beef is inside.
The beef is inside. How many people eat this one, huh? This one not be the beef. How many beef is inside here? Chef Blossom. We need to go and buy more beef now. Yeah, but that's it. We have salt, yam, egg, spice, vegetable oil. We have seasoning cubes, and we have all-purpose flour. We have sauce, and we have a beef, and we're going to buy more beef because this beef is not going to reach anywhere. Okay, so let's get started. Let me see. Let me help with this yam. No, let me help with this yam. So how do we're starting with the yam first, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
So for yamarita, you can like to slice. You can like to cut in any shape you like.
What shape are we going for here?
We're going with the round. You know the way you fry your...
How much of the head should we cut?
Not so much. Just
Okay,
the hand, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So there are times when I've cut yam and then I left the head and then it started germinating or something. I don't know, like there was still life in it, even while maybe in the kitchen or in trash or something like that. And I was wondering, I thought that when you just cut it off like this, it should stay, you know, maybe it should stay dead, in quote, but then it still leaves and then you see some of them still,
Yes,
you know,
I think
germinating
this is
and
what
all of
the
that.
plant.
Okay.
The head.
So even like this, it can still germinate here?
Yep.
Okay. And then we take our tail.
Off as well.
Is this enough?
Yes, that's
Or
fine.
it's too small?
Some people don't even cut it off.
Any nutritional or information about your marita or something like that that you might have for us?
Yes. Marita.
It's basically...
You know, if you want to eat, if you want to have good carbs.
Okay,
go
good
for-
carbs, yeah. So
Yes.
this one is not for those that are watching their weight so much.
No, please. No. And then
Because-
you want to know the trick why we'll add some sugar. For this particular yam, it's really very sweet, so you don't need to add sugar, but just
Okay.
in case.
All right. Okay, well, you can also use potatoes for this one if you want to, right?
We'll call it what? Potarita.
I like that one better. Porita. That's nice. Porita. Okay, but we're setting this up here. Chef Blossom is going to be cooking a storm. We'll update you with the progress, but then let's head over to the couch. Mary has a discussion for us.
Mike, I see you're having a very good time.
Focus on your discussion.
Okay. All right, so Mike has said I should focus, so let's focus. It's time for us to talk relationships. Mike, love lends that extra sweetness to everything, but is it enough? As in, to sustain a marriage, that is so. Is it enough? That's basically what we're going to be focusing this morning on regarding relationships. And to do justice to that is Ayo Lawrence. Now, Ayo is a highly efficient people and systems organizer who will be answering that question for us. She's a professional counselor, a coach and therapist who uses neurolinguistic programming and family systems engineering tools to help people attain clarity and balanced living. It's such a pleasure to have you on the show with us today.
Thank you so very much.
Fantastic. So, Ayo.
Yeah.
It's deep.
I know.
I dare say, it's really deep.
I know.
But really, let's talk about this. Is love enough to sustain a marriage?
The truth is, love is a good starting point.
Good starting point.
Yes, but it's
Okay.
not enough to sustain a marriage. We've seen it play out several times. There are a few things that we need to add to that.
But is it money? Because even Adekunle Gold said, love is not enough, baby, come to me, Molowo.
Money is good.
But it's not the second important
It's
thing.
not, yes, it's not the most important, you know. We still have some other things we need to add to the mix. And the first place I tell people to start from is, why did I get married?
Well, why am I getting married?
Yes,
so
so
let's
why am I
be
getting
looking
married?
at it from
Okay,
that
so
angle
we look
first.
at those who are, you know, getting into it as well. Why am I getting married? Or for those who have gotten into it, because
Why
you
did
can
I get
always
married?
still make it right. Why did I get married? Very important. And that's why it must be strong enough, you know, to keep the exit bar very high. Because if that is not in place, any little thing will make you want to say, you know what, I'm done. I'm going. I'll pack my things. Apart from that, it's also very important that before you even get into marriage, you have your vision, your own personal vision. The two of you have your individual vision, and by the time you get married, you align your vision, and you have a vision for the whole
family.
Yes. What's that future that we see? Where are we going? Where exactly do we see the two of us? Such that when the children come into the relationship,
Even the children have an
it's easier,
understanding.
exactly, for them to know this is where our family is going towards. And, you know, like I said, those who are already married, it's not too late. It is the day you wake up that is morning.
Yes.
So anytime you wake up and you realize this is not in place, get to work and start doing that.
Absolutely.
Also ensure that, you know, you have your values. What are the things, you know, that you hold dear as individuals? Align that as well. If yours is friendship, if yours is fun, if yours is love, integrity, whatever it is, bring it together. in such a way that when people see you or anyone from your family, they know that these people are from this particular family because you're exuding, you know, the values. Then we have what we call the family legend as well. You know, what's that story? That very interesting story that you've decided to put together, that you tell your children and they can hand it over to their children, that makes it very, very appealing to be a part of your family. So if you if you have children that you can adopt, and you tell them the legend, your family legend, they'll say, oh, because of this legend, I think I'll go with this.
When you say family legend, what
okay, so let me give you an example. You know, when we look at the Yoruba story, Orunmila came from heaven with a cockerel and sand in a snail shell, and, you know, poured everything on the floor. And used, yes, and that was how. So something like that. So you can have something like, oh, the earth was in chaos, things were not in order, and God saw, I'm Ayo Lawrence, so I can say, and God saw, oh, Tim Lawrence, that, you know, they are able to turn things around, and Tim Lawrence went to work, did so, and so, and at the end of the day, the world became a better place to live. So just come up with a story that you know that your children can relate with. They can pass it down. You know, it's not true, but it's something that they can relate with and makes them proud. Oh, this is what my family has chosen to do. And all these things reflect in your values. It shows in your vision as well. So, you know, you have that in place. You come up with your constitution, because the family is like a nation. You know, what are the things, you know, that make up the family? You know, how can people come into the home? You have your exits, whatever. You have how people can come into your home. Everything that has to do with your constitution.
Some people say no sleepovers.
Exactly. You know, the things that guide the operations of your family. So when people come and they want to do otherwise, you know, this is a terrorist in my region, and we have to do what? Get him or her out of this place. So these are part of the things, you know, that ensure that the home continues to thrive. Yes, you have love, you know, but you need to add all these things to the mix. We still have some other things.
Okay, and so we've only talked about one so far.
No, we've talked about purpose. We've talked about vision. We've talked about the values. Yes,
purpose, vision, values.
I talked about the legend.
Yes,
I talked about the constitution, the family constitution. And I talked about personal development as well. It's important you choose to know. Beyond maybe your career, your profession, get to know other things, such that when you're having conversations with your partner or even other people, you can have intellectually stimulating conversations. You're not just talking about the things that you know. You can, you know, talk wide. What's happening in the world? There's a particular thing happening in this nation. There's a particular thing happening in that nation. Some people, it's after the whole thing has settled, had died down, that they will not begin the whole story. Oh, I heard that there's war in Ukraine, and you know, and everybody has heard, but you are just there, not just developing yourself. So these are very, very important points, you know, that help to sustain.
You know, I find
the family to thrive.
Really interesting that, contrary to what people think, that what counts the most is love, attraction, and you know, love, attraction, your pockets, and understanding. There seems to be a whole lot more involved. Thank you so much for sharing your own point of view regarding this, which turns out to be very brilliant, very, very eye-opening.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, it's time for us to take a break. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.
Wow. So I am here with my sous chef, by the way, who looks like a chef. Look at two of us now. It's just not picture. Who looks like the chef and who looks like the sous chef? In fact, you don't even look.
You came ready like you planned.
Yes, now. So I am the one that's the chef, and my sous chef, Chef Blossom, is here. Chef Blossom, please, can you wash the yam and ensure that everything is set?
Anything you say, sir.
All right. I would need some water to ensure that everything is going on well. By the way, we are preparing yam marita with
Some beef sauce.
beef sauce. Thank you, beef sauce. Let's take a look at our menu, what we're doing today, the ingredients in our menu today. Let's take a look at the ingredients here. We are working with eggs. We have eggs here. We have ororo.
Vegetable oil.
It's ororo.
Okay, it's ororo.
Thank you. That's how you become a good you learn that way. All right. This is our
All-purpose flour.
Wonderful. You got the flour in time, right? Okay. What is this?
Our seasoning.
Our seasoning.
Seasoning.
You are learning quite well. You're a fast learner. You're a fast learner. And what do we have here?
Some sugar.
Some sugar. Yeah, sugar.
Can I
Some.
put that now, sir? The sugar.
Are you sure that you want to? Okay. You're learning quite fast. Now that was a trick question. You passed.
And this is optional. It's a trick if you might want to skip it.
Is yamarita? Instead, don't just say you're not cooking yamarita if you don't put sugar. There has to be sugar inside
Some
it.
use Maggi, and I wonder.
Inside yamarita?
Yes.
Ha.
Some use white Maggi.
That's interesting. And of course, we have our white
Pepper.
white pepper.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. And then, of course, what do we have here?
Much seasoning cubes.
Okay, seasoning cubes, yeah?
And some pepper.
And some pepper, all right.
Also,
You can take a screenshot. We'll show you the menu right now. And you can take a screenshot to know exactly what we're using. But it's yamarita. It's one of the easiest foods, by the way, to cook, you know? All right. So salt, yam, eggs, spice, vegetable oil, seasoning cubes, all-purpose flour. Yeah, and our star ingredient, our base ingredient is Abuja yam.
Yes.
And like we said, this one is strong.
So there's this argument, they say Benue yam and Abuja yam, which is the sweetest. For me, I think it's Abuja yam.
Okay.
Because I think if you keep some Benue yam over time, it gets spoiled.
Okay.
Quickly,
How
but it's not
long?
as hard as
How long
Abuja
can
yam.
this one stay?
I don't know. I haven't tried to check. But
You don't know.
I can't say for sure.
All the years I've been teaching you Blossom, you don't know up until now. Wow. In fact, this thing, you are getting a D. That's the highest you are getting. I mean, all the years I've been teaching you, you still don't know.
I'll do the...
You need to do your assignment and your homework quite well. In fact, I'll give you a harder assignment this time so that you this thing. Meanwhile, the yam is very hard. I don't know what some people are saying. They think that this thing is just beans. This is hard yam. All of you are going to eat it. As the food is just finished like this, I'm just carrying everything. By the way, we also have a la carte here as part of our services, right?
Yes, for Blossom Spot.
For Blossom Spot, yeah. So if you go to any of your online vendors, just check out Blossom Spot a la carte. Yeah, if you're around, yeah, follow us on Instagram. What's our handle?
At Blossoms_spot. It's right there on your screen.
All right, that's my sous chef. She's doing quite well and all of that. This yam is enough, right? Because all the people that are fasting are not going to use this one and break your fast. You're not breaking your fast in this one. Okay. So, like we said, this is quite calorific. It is high carbs, you know, so this is not the one you want to eat if you are looking at cutting down carbs and you're looking at a calorie deficit. This is not the food for you. But we'll let you know how it goes. It's quite an easy meal to prepare, but it is quite exciting to the taste buds. But yeah, one of the people who have also been behind set and they've been beefing me since, Titi. But now, Mary focused earlier. Let's see how much Titi can focus.
You know what's affecting my focus, Mike? The way you're brandishing that knife around. I can hear my mother telling me right now, put that knife down.
We are in the kitchen,
don't be
Auntie.
brandishing
If you cannot take the hits, don't come to the kitchen. Can't you, sous chef, tell them.
But yeah, a lot of people go through anxiety for different reasons. And there are a lot of women and children who have been through so many different things and need people to support them. Now, Women of Inestimable Values Foundation is a human rights group that fights for the rights of the abused in society, gender inequality, domestic violence, and child abuse by providing legal services for victims. We have Blessing and Nancy, and they have been working in this organization for quite a few years now. It's really great to have you on.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm just going to ask briefly, what role do you perform and what role do you perform?
Okay. I am the executive director of the foundation.
Okay.
And as an executive director, you oversee other arms of the organization. So majorly my roles focuses more on organizing and coordinating the affairs of the foundation.
Okay. And what's your role?
Okay, my role is the public relation officer.
Okay.
Where we have to advertise the product, the things that we actually want to do, the road shows, the feed the community and every other thing.
So I know that there's a milestone for this particular organization coming up soon. It's been 5 years.
Yes, it has been.
Fighting for women and children.
Yes.
That's the word, fighting, because it is a fight.
Yes.
But what are those main challenges that an organization like this would be going through that people might not know from the outside?
Wow. Number one, finance. Basically, it is difficult for non-governmental organizations to get funds from the country.
Okay.
Sometimes we apply for grants outside the country, but like people will say, the competition is always high. So for you to get it, you have to keep applying. We've been applying, but for now we've not gotten. So the major challenge we say is, one is finance. Two, our culture. Fighting for women in Nigeria is somehow difficult because of our mindset, the mindset of most women that believe that, I don't know, but most women accept the fact that what I'm going through, it is made, is what I'm supposed to go through as a woman. When you tell them about their fundamental human rights and things they shouldn't accept, you see some of them telling you, I am a woman should go through pain, and my religion says this. You know, like the recent case of the gospel musician, late Osinachi. Most women in Nigeria have this cultural and religion mindset that they find it very difficult to live abusive relationship. And when you tell them, as a non-governmental organization advocating against factors militating against women's rights, when you talk to them, they tell you, I just want to be there. No, there's nothing anybody can do. And
I want to touch on the worldview or outlook of a foundation such as yours from a PR standpoint.
Yes.
How have you been able to, get the message out there without it seeming like you're constantly just soliciting for money?
for fun.
Yes, we've been able to do that because we go out to the street to show them that, okay, this is what we are for. And when they call us, we actually go to the places that they need the help. We've gone to Badagry where we had to go with the victim and waiting for the husband to come. And then we'll fight for them. We'll make them know that we are there for them. We don't just go as if, some people would actually get to that point that they will get there, but they will go there and do a different thing. But we actually fight for justice because even when they call our foundation name, people know that, yes, our yes is yes and our no is no. So because we have that standard on ground, so it's easy for people to always
seek to support and
support from us.
Okay, speaking of support, now you mentioned that it's been hard to get grants, but there are a lot of people that are supporting your foundation.
Yes, like the PRO said, when you stand for something and people know what you stand for, it becomes very easy for them to give you their money.
Okay.
Like I said previously, aside grants, we have friends, we have people that believe in Women of Inestimable Values Foundation. Like recently, we got support from Lagos Food Bank, we got support from Kellogg, we got support from Benghazi Link. Now, those people are supporting us because they believe in us. They believe that, yes, this is a credible organization, that when you give them a token, they will give account of what the money is being used for. Okay. So it's just the standard.
I have to ask now, what is it that takes up the most money that comes into the foundation? What are the specific things that you've been spending money on?
Wow, a lot. Like I said, we have programs. Every year we do anti-rape campaign where we go out on the street to tell people about rape, the danger, what the law says, why you shouldn't do it. If you do it, you go to jail. Of course, organizing a road campaign will definitely cost you a lot. You're going to spend a lot, like the banner, the feeding of the people coming, the polo, the media, all those things will cost a lot. Then December period, that's every festive period, we go out to distribute food to the needy. That's another aspect of spending money. Then legal cases. When you're handling a case of rape, though there are government organizations that can provide free legal services like the Domestic Violence and Sexual Response Team Lagos, but sometimes as a non-governmental organizations, we handle cases on our own. And definitely we provide a lawyer to stand for the victim which we have in our organizations, but definitely you're going to provide safe transportation for the lawyers. And then aside that, empowerment, empowering women. So far, so good. We've been able to establish more than 10 women in different businesses.
Wow.
Like training them in different skills, providing the equipment they need to start up. Okay. All those things are what you use money to do. It's not...
Thank you so much for that, for breaking it down, because not a lot of people will understand what goes into things like this.
Yeah.
Now, for your 5th anniversary, what's the theme? Do you have a theme around it?
Yes, the 50th anniversary, we have a theme which is celebrating impact makers.
Okay.
That's the theme, celebrating impact makers. Why did we pick that theme? We picked the theme because we want to celebrate people that have been giving back to the society. Now, for example, we've been working for good 5 years, and there are people out there that have been supporting us. There are people out there that have been working to impact lives, but they are not known, they are not recognized in the society. So we have decided to do that on our own, to call out those people, to recognize them, and give them something like just an award to tell them, thank you for standing out. Thank you for impacting lives. Please keep doing what you're doing. Nigerians are watching and people are watching.
All right. Now, as you've been trying to say thank you to them, we have to say thank you to you for doing what you do. What you're doing is not easy, and we understand that it's one of those things that your reward is inevitable. But really, thank you so much for coming to talk to us about your foundation, and kudos, really. Thank you so much. All right, now that's Blessing and Nancy. And what are you doing to give back to society? Maybe you should ask yourself that question. Please talk to us on social media. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TBC, and we'll be able to see your post. We're going to take a quick break now and be back with more.
I just realized something.
What?
Still don't look down.
No.
Don't look down.
Why?
Yeah, if you do, you do.
I'm not looking down, no.
Don't.
I don't know why you don't want me to look down, but we are looking up this morning.
On Wake Up Nigeria, things always, I did that deliberately. Things always pick up and get better with each passing break, no doubt.
Definitely, definitely. The next 45 minutes might just put the last hour to shame. So we hope that you have plans to stay right there with us. Make sure you don't miss any of the things we have in store for you.
That's right. We know that getting up early, it's not easy. It's not an easy task, especially for a lot of folks. So by this time, you're promised a whole of 45 minutes of pure, undiluted.
Yeah. Please give us our flowers, please. Just send them over. Because we always ensure that you are the center of whatever we need to get done on the show.
The show, of course, is Wake Up Nigeria, your premium go-to breakfast show for all things bright and beautiful,
of course,
and engaging at this time of the morning.
all creatures great and small.
And small. And you got it. I knew you would get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
We cannot forget about Chef Blossom, though.
And Mike.
No, we can forget about Mike. But we can't forget about
You put know what you're even doing there, chef. Because presenter, I don't know their
dressed like a chef.
International presenter. You see me, chef, and sous chef. You are calling sous chef. All this international presenter. Sous chef, please, can you let us know how far we're doing?
We're doing well.
Okay, so we're getting the yam out.
You say it's time for you to talk about the kitchen.
So we're getting
Please, let's
very
continue,
important
Jerry.
part. These international presenters, I don't know what's up with them. But we'll get back here and let you know how things are going.
So because you were told you're going to be in the kitchen, you said to dress like a chef, and then I will not hear what.
Yes, so.
Segment is saying true.
As in,
well
Chef
done.
Mike. Now, honestly, we can't wait to see what the kitchen has to bring for us later on today.
Because, of course, we serve the most delicious things on this show, really. Yes, we just have to own it. We just have to.
No matter how they call us out on social media.
Indeed.
Our food tastes the best.
But let's get to serving you the rest of what we have on the show for you this morning. My name is Mary Bashua Ali.
And I'm Titilayo Oyinson. You can stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv or on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can, of course, connect with us on socials on all platforms at TVC Connect.
That's right. Now remember to use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. And of course follow us at TVC Connect across all social media platforms, okay?
The app is available for you to download. Android, iOS, YouTube, TVC Entertainment is there for you to catch up on old episode. Cash up. Yeah, cash up. Yeah.
Cash up. Okay. We are trying
to... we're going to go break now and do our birthday shout-outs. But by the way, just something happened yesterday which was magnificent. It was at the thrashing of Manchester United. Liverpool beat them 4-0. It was special because apart from the whooping that Manchester United collected, there was a shout-out to Cristiano Ronaldo, who lost his son. There was a round of applause for 1 minute in the 7th minute. That was a good one. All right. But yeah, come on.
Still didn't stop the thrashing.
Just take this time out now.
Okay, let's take this break.
Hello and welcome back. Now, we always have your health as, you know, our interest. And we know now that what we consume is very, very pertinent to how healthy we remain. We have Debra Ayodeji here on our nutrition segment this morning. She's a clinical dietitian and member of the Nutrition Society of Nigeria and Nutrition Society UK. Her core focus is working with clients to adopt a healthier eating habit to improve their health conditions. Right now, we're discussing inflammatory and anti-inflammatory foods. Now, honestly, when I heard inflammatory, anti-inflammatory, I wasn't really sure where you were going. I think we need to break down what inflammation actually is. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. So yeah, inflammation is something that's an interesting topic. Inflammation is basically the body's natural response to defend it against foreign bodies. For example, when you have an injury or maybe you burn your finger or something. So that initial redness or swelling, it's an inflammation. So the body triggers and, you know, the immune system starts, you know, trying to defend its body against stuff. So that's inflammation. So inflammation can be good because, when it's a natural response. But when it gets bad is when it persists day in, day out. And that's what we term as chronic inflammation. And these chronic inflammation are caused by modifiable factors like dietary factors, which we want to discuss today, and some behavioral factors.
All right. So now, inflammation that's recurrent. There are some conditions. Well, I've been reading up. When I heard you were coming, I was reading up things like arthritis. Conditions like arthritis.
Yes. So that chronic inflammation have been seen as root causes of some disease conditions, chronic disease conditions like type 2 diabetes, arthritis, cancer, Alzheimer's disease, and all that. And then got some gastrointestinal disease like inflammatory bowel syndrome and all.
So now let's talk food. The foods that we're going to talk about today are things that can help counter inflammation or prevent it.
Prevent.
Okay.
So anti-inflammatory foods are basically foods, like you said, that can help counter inflammation in the body. Because they contain antioxidants, what we call antioxidant polyphenols and all that. So these are specific types of foods generally. We have different classes, so let's go to our fruits and vegetables. So certain fruits like your oranges, your berries, a lot of berries. Then we have avocados. We also have oranges and some of your citrus fruits. Because each antioxidant, there are different types of antioxidants. We have like different types of antioxidants anyway. Then we have our nuts and seeds. So under nuts and seeds, we have walnuts, we have almonds, then seeds like flax seeds, chia seeds, and then, locally there's this seed called Benny seed in Nigeria. It resembles sesame seeds and all. Then of course,
if I add, for instance, now everybody's going smoothie crazy now. I myself, I take a lot of smoothies. So you're saying if I have my fruits and veg in a smoothie and I add some of those seeds into it, like the flax seeds, the chia seeds, into my smoothie, you're saying it has anti-inflammatory properties.
Yes.
So someone going through maybe a bout of arthritis now. If you put them on a regimen of all these fruits and veg, how long do you think it'll take to take effect on the body?
Of course, you know, chronic inflammation, like I said, is something that persisted for a while. So you also need to take time. It's a gradual process. So definitely you need to start avoiding inflammatory foods like your refined carbs and sugary foods. Then also you need to do more of, you know, those anti-inflammatory foods like our vegetables, different types of vegetables, your cruciferous vegetables, cabbages, cauliflower, broccoli, then our green leaf vegetables, different types of our green leaf vegetables like our scent leaves, F4, green and all that. So basically it's something that it's a gradual process and you need to start taking more of those things like over time so your condition can improve.
All right, so now a client comes to your clinic and maybe they have maybe family background of diabetes and they've seen the tendencies. What sort of diet would you recommend they go on? Maybe you meet them for the first time and maybe 1 week regimen. What would you tell them to consume?
Okay, so yeah, there are different things we have to take into consideration for diabetes especially. I'll have to take a history of what they already consume. So from there, I'll be able to counsel them on, like, know some triggers of maybe some inflammatory foods they are already consuming. And then try to introduce them to more of anti-inflammatory foods. So considering their dietary pattern and all that. So because we have to make sure that their foods they are already used to, like just modifying their pattern. So just look for things for like a day's meal. Let me just give a day's meal. For example, in the morning we can have oatmeal with some of these seeds and then fruits, maybe banana or apple. Then going to your lunch, you can have maybe sweet potatoes with a mixed bowl of salad, mixed bowl of vegetables.
That's for lunch?
Yeah, for lunch. Mixed bowl of vegetables and fish. So of course we mentioned our omega-3 fatty acids. And then for dinner, we can now go to something like maybe even you can have our swallow, maybe a palm size of swallow with green leaf vegetables. So it's important to also mix different vegetables in your meal because each vegetable have, you know, different nutrients they provide to the body.
So I just want to give, before we go, a list of the most common inflammatory foods that people eat almost all the time.
Almost all the time, yeah.
Like,
so yeah, those are carbonated drinks.
So the soda pop.
Yes, soda and carbonated drinks. Then our sugary foods like your cakes, cookies, candy, sweets.
What else?
Then moving on to other things like our processed foods. A lot of our processed foods that we see in supermarkets today, you need to also be aware of reading labels. Some of them contain added sugar, added fats, like you know, trans fats. And the most common example is, you know, what these vendors use, the oil. You know, reusing of oil, which also introduces like inflammatory compounds.
All right, so you heard it here, and that message was probably for you and you and you. Yeah, let's try and add some anti-inflammatory meals to our diet as soon as we can. We're going to be heading over to the kitchen, however. And, well, my nostrils are a little inflamed with flavors right now.
Your nostrils go. Nostrils knee. So, yeah, these are tag teams. So, Chef, let's go. This is the first. We're done with the yam, and then let's just show you how this is the flour. So
we'll just toss the yam into the flour.
Into the flour.
You know the way you roll your tires when you were a kid? You do it like this, so it puts the angles
rolling
properly.
Tires. I never rolled tires as a kid. I was too shit than that.
So after that, you just dust off the excess flour.
Okay.
Then you throw it into your egg.
What's already in this egg sauce that we have here? Sorry, egg mix.
We have some seasoning. Maggi, like seasoning, sorry. And then some black pepper.
Okay.
And a little bit of white pepper.
Wonderful,
just
wonderful.
For spice. And
she's learning quite well.
So you want to put that in.
Okay. And then this is it. It goes straight into the
pan. The oil, yes.
After all this hard work, somebody that's not fasting want to use this one and break fast. You will see something today. I will show you something.
You're going to hold on, so just
just a little.
You don't want to fry on high heat.
Okay.
It doesn't get burnt.
Okay.
Or get too brown.
Wow.
So make sure you keep flipping over.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So yeah, basically that's it. That's about it. And the yamarita is ready. The sauce is already
easy to make.
the sauce is already pre-made.
This is our beef
yeah.
sauce.
Yeah. So let's get back to Titi's nostrils now. Thank you for staying with us. Our final guest today is a movie producer, actor, scriptwriter, and event manager. Now she's a member of the Association of Movie Producers and just produced her first movie titled Selfish. We have Eno Udo in the house. You're welcome. It's great to have you.
Same here, same here.
So, do you have an association?
Yes.
Talk to me. Tell me about this association.
Everybody actually has an association. So, yes, so
okay.
We producers, we also have our own association where we are able to look into things that concerns movie production.
Yeah, you know, because the reason why I'm asking is that here in this climate, it's not so easy for people to collaborate. So at times you see people, because of interest and all of that, people, what do you do at that association? What does it cater to? As producers, you come together.
Yes.
What do you people do in that association?
We try to eradicate some mistakes that could come. As a producer, you may want to make 1 or 2 mistakes that will affect the movie as a whole. So being part of this association, they will put you through what you're supposed to do and how you shouldn't get it wrong.
Okay, now let's talk about your own journey personally. How did you get into movie production? Did you always want to produce? You also act also.
Yes, I'm an
and all that. So let's talk about your origins. How did you get into the industry? How did you start?
Okay, first and foremost, good morning once again. I actually started in primary school. Yes, I actually wrote an amateur script then.
Okay.
Yeah, that was when I knew I wanted to become a producer.
Okay.
Because I actually wrote that script in primary 6 and produced with my fellow, pupils there, you understand. So from there, I entered secondary school, Ideal Girls High School, Solere, and all through, I was a drama prefect till I got to SS3. So SS3 was when I was discovered by late J.T. Tom West.
Okay.
Yes, and late Patience Aseni. So they actually used to come to my secondary school then, take excuse from my vice principal.
Which school was this?
Ideal Girls High School.
Okay.
So at times I can go for a week. And I was so young.
While you were in secondary school?
Yes.
That's nice.
Yes.
Did your parents, did they support you in all of this?
Yes.
They supported you?
Yes.
Because that's not something that a lot of parents would like. They're like, oh, focus on your moves. Are you acting?
No.
They
just tell us to just follow our dreams because they can't choose for us.
All right.
Yeah.
So after school,
after school, I was still, like I said, J.T. Tom West discovered me then. And after then, I actually joined the theater group. Just to help myself grow. I needed to polish myself up properly. So I joined the theater group, which I'm still a member till date. So from there, the rest is history. So why I actually decided to now move to production right now, I felt I have acted. I have worked with producers.
Yeah.
I've known 1 or 2 things, how this thing goes. So why not? Let me do this. And
okay, and this is your first production?
Yes.
Selfish. Talk to us about Selfish. What is it about?
Actually, Selfish is actually, like I would say, is a true life story.
Okay.
But I had to, since it's a movie, I had to just polish 1 or 2 places like that. And it goes a long way to tell us how desperate people can go to achieve what they want to get. You understand? And at times, I'm telling you about how people can actually be selfish.
Wonderful. Now, with the industry, I know it's quite challenging. Putting up a movie together, we're not at the level of Hollywood yet. Fonts and all that putting together. As a producer yourself, being your first production, can you talk to us about the kind of challenges that you had to overcome to put this movie together?
It was challenging, I have to be sincere.
Talk to me.
Because I've always been acting all my life. This is my first production. So, when you see producers producing, you don't know what they go through. So during my own time, in fact, I just thank God for some particular people, like somebody like the veterans. I worked with veterans in this production.
Yes, I can see that.
Yes, I worked
Tony
with veterans.
Akposheri,
yes, director.
this movie.
Shout out to Akposheri. He told me, let's do this. He was there to support me from the start. And my EP2, Jude Richard, was there to actually, put me through. And we have other people like Obey Took, and also my boss, Cornel Udofia. We're all there to just, but still, on set, it was challenging. Because throughout that week, I couldn't even get myself.
Wow.
The equipment, everything, somebody you already planned with to tell you, you can't come, please, the cast will tell you, I'm still on my way, and we're about to start rolling, you know. So all these things were kind of challenging. And I thank God for my co-producer too. He was also there running around. It was not an easy game.
How long did the production last for you?
It was close to a week.
Wow. I know, and
Like
over here,
days, 4 days.
That's quite some time, right? That's quite some time.
Those 3-4 days were like 4 months.
I am telling you, I understand. That's it. You surprise someone's husband, they surprise you with a return ticket back.
Did she know he was married?
I never knew he was married, seriously.
You didn't know?
Yeah.
Are you sure you
I
didn't
won't
know?
do that.
You won't do that?
I won't do that.
Let me take your word for it. All right, so we're here, and Chef Blossom, we put this together. Talk to us. We have Yamarita, one of your best sellers.
Yeah.
Talk to us about it.
Good morning. Hi. We have Yamarita and sauce. So,
just simple. How did you, you don't want to tell us how we got to it? Well, it was one that did the job.
You can.
So my sous chef. So you can try it. You can try it. Okay. And let's know what you think.
I'm also a caterer.
Oh, you do.
I'm also a caterer, so if it's good, I'll tell you.
Okay, so you come here someday and you know, maybe you be in our kitchen.
Please, can I have more?
This one okay for you?
It's not okay.
It's not. All right, thank you. That definitely means you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
And
you so much.
you have your premiere on Sunday.
Yeah, my premiere is this Sunday.
Okay.
At National Stadium, OJ's Chinese.
All right, but then after that, the movie will be out of
Yes, of course.
Well done. Well
Thank you
done.
so
More grace to your elbows.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful show. Mary, okay, Mary doesn't have... Titi's nostrils have... they've been
What
part
do
of
you
the
mean?
show.
That distance. What's always wrong with you, Mike?
What's up with your nostrils? Are they okay?
Pleasantly inflamed. No, but really, thank you so much, Chef Blossom, and thank you to everyone who's been part of the show.
So here I am defending you. I just had to say it's pleasantly inflamed. Seriously, Titi. Anyway, thank you so much. Enjoy your day. Bye.